Welcome to InsideAMind. I'm Tom.
And I'm Joe.
And this is the InsideAMind chat show. A quick disclaimer, Joe and I are not professionals in the topics we discuss. We talk from a subjective point of view, from our beliefs and experiences we have gone through in life. If you like this Christmas special, please like, subscribe, it helps us massively. Now sit back, relax, and I'm going to start our 15-minute timer
15.
for our InsideAMind chat show Christmas special. We're ticking. Okay, the first Christmas special, let's go.
Big one.
I'm going to start us off, and we had a few questions in. These were a few questions which are just generic good Christmas questions. I want to know, when it comes to your Christmas dinner, what's your go-to? What's your go-to favourite thing when it comes to your Christmas dinner?
This is a bit controversial. I'm not actually a man in roasts. Like, and I'm going to get a lot of heat for this. I know your faces at all. I'm not actually a man in roasts. I'd eat one. Honestly, Monday I'll delete one, and it's going to be great. But I'm more of a dessert guy on Christmas. I'm all about the puddings and like jam turnovers that Nan makes. I'm all about the puddings, man. Give me desserts all day long. I'll eat one.
Puddings.
Whenever I've got turkey, then I'm getting stuck into desserts and trifle.
Everyone's eating their main course. You're on your jam roly-polies. Like.
Really eating everyone else's. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What about you then? Tell me your ideal Christmas dinner.
Oh, it's got to be crispy potatoes when it's got done in the garlic. Oh, come on. And it's done in like a bit of fat. Oh, come on. Or when Mum does like these Brussels sprouts where she like cuts them in half.
You're a sprout guy, okay.
Yeah, I love sprouts. Hate on me. I love my sprouts. Where she boils the sprouts and then she'll like cut them in half, fry them off so they're like not too crispy, but they're
nice.
Like sautéed with a bit of garlic. Oh,
sautéed.
Come on. Who am I? That's criminal. And then the horseradish on the side. Can't forget the horseradish.
I love that.
What would be your go-to dessert from what you said? What did you say your gran does? You
Nan desserts are absolutely go-to. Like homemade mince pies, the jam turnovers, like they are so good. Like trifle's not big on for most people, but hers is pretty special. So I'll go for the desserts.
It's my controversial thing.
Go on.
Hate mince pies.
Really? Quite common, you know. That's not controversial.
I try them.
We'll get a poll down below. Put yes, mince pies, yes or no.
What's the best part of Christmas for you? Like, what would be your like thing where you're like, yeah, this is Christmas for me. This is the best bit.
It's got to be family, isn't it? It's got to be family. Like, really cliche, but I think having all the family there. Last couple of Christmases we've done it at my sister's house, and it's been great because it's like big open communal space with all the family there, and obviously the family's grown so much last couple of years. All the nieces and nephews, and the older I've gotten, it becomes more about them opening their presents than me opening mine. As much as I like opening mine as well. Don't get me wrong, but when you get the sort of all the kids running around with all the new stuff, that's just wicked. And obviously the food as well.
Do you do all your families together, did you say? Like everyone all in one place? Do you do all your family together, like everyone in one place?
My family's way too big for that, mate. But like closest, nearest and dearest, my sister's obviously Mum, her partner, and we'll get together. And then obviously the kids more recently, they've sort of nieces and nephews, like I said, they'll all be there, and it's just we're growing. We've got a small army now. So what about yourself?
Love that. We tend to just do our close family, so the 5 of us, the dog, and then my 2 gran and
Do you put outfits on the dog? You'd outfit, yes or no?
We're an outfit family. Like,
Is it the hot take?
He loves it.
Nice. And or not?
He comes. He's a bit too fat for it, so he looks like arrow. And like only goes up to like halfway down. And it's so good. He loves it.
Oh, I love it. I love
it. He has a little advent calendar as well.
And that's
he has a dog advent calendar. He's the most spoiled dog. He lives a bit like me.
That's unbelievable.
But yeah,
so what's your favourite take on Christmas then? What's your favourite part of it?
Take on Christmas? What do you mean by that? Like favourite?
No, like favourite part of it. Like what makes you feel like Christmas had properly started?
To be fair, I do love the build-up of it. You know what? I think this is going to be controversial in a way in itself as well. But my favourite thing is actually like the Boxing Day leftovers when you have like...
Really?
You have like everything the next day.
Yeah, that's weird.
We go for a big walk and we go down to the brewery and we just like, just good vibes. That's actually my favourite thing. On the actual Christmas day, it's just like, it's good, it's great. But then I'm always in like a food coma by like...
Yeah.
I'm lying now, like, It's so long. We do this every year. But yeah, no, I think especially now as well, like you said on the point of family, it always used to be about presents and like getting on the Xbox with the lads. But now, obviously, we're older, and my sister's nearly 30 now, my brother's 26. Like you treasure those moments, especially when they've moved out, and you know when everyone's home together and you're like playing board games or having a drink and you're with your family. Like that's not going to last forever. So I think
true.
Being able to recognise that and being able to appreciate every Christmas from now is pretty big, and I'm glad I have sort of recognised that at a young age, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, I wish I appreciated that more. But yeah, family for sure has got to be.
I love that. Love that, mate.
I'm gonna kick off with a Christmas movie, and this is actually a question we got in on our Instagram DMs, which I saw before, and it was, "What's your favourite Christmas movie and why?" And then I'm gonna flip it on its head after that.
I'm going to go classic and go Grinch or Home Alone. I reckon the original Home Alone, though, not the latter ones.
That's my least favourite. That's my least favourite.
Home Alone is my least favourite.
To be fair, the first one's all right. Wait, that's my. Well, we're being controversial today. I like it.
Give us some heat.
That's my least hate Home Alone. I was watching it like, what was the hype around this? Even growing up, I was like,
I can't believe you just said that.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's going to hate me for that.
Unreal.
On my favourite, I Am That Guy. Love Actually. Come on Christmas Day, we all watch Love Actually every single Christmas, like clockwork. And Elf. Elf is so.
Elf's
good.
Elf's a great show.
Elf would be my number one, and then family-wise, we all watch Love Actually. That would be my number two.
I'm not a rom-com guy either, so Love Actually does nothing for me. Holiday, same thing. So I'm gonna get some heat for that one.
Yeah, to be fair, I reckon I enjoy it more because it's more like a family watching.
Fair.
Like that's 8, 9 of us, like grandparents.
I'll let you off.
That's probably why I love it as much, because it's like that's that time of year. It's the only time of year I watch it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Watch on my own over and over is Elf.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I've literally
time of year either.
It comes out December 1st. I'm like, come on, we go on this time. Same as normal. Love it.
I love it, mate. Love it.
In terms of activities during Christmas, whether that's like what you guys do in terms of relaxing, is it physical exercise? Are you gymming? In the build up to Christmas, are you running? Are you walking? Because I know it's a tough time of year. If we're bringing this back to well-being, and I can't sit here and say I'm an angel. I like Christmas more than the next person. I like to relax as an excuse. What do you do on yours? Because I've started to change the last probably year or two in terms of what I do.
In what sense?
Like, do you train in the lead up to Christmas still? Or do you just treat it like another day? Not on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
We do like walk on Christmas Day, but in terms of like actually going to the gym and stuff and routine, because a lot of people use it to just eat a shed load of food and not do any exercise. Yeah,
I mean, I'm a bit of a balance, because I'll still train all the way up to Christmas, and then I'll have like Christmas Day, Boxing Day off, like a day or two around that. But I still have to have a routine around it, because it keeps me ticking over. And then Christmas Day, I'll just eat anything in my path. I'm like a locust. Like, I'll just eat, just destroy anything. But then at the same time, I'll still exercise all the way up too. So my routine doesn't change all that much. And I think you're the same. Is I played my last game on the weekend for rugby, so I know I haven't got that I'm not dreading that for the next couple of weeks. I can recover for the next month at least, so I can use the weekends as well. So
big win.
Big win.
Big win.
Big win. Yeah, it's good. So yeah, to answer the question, I think exercise-wise doesn't really change for me. So yeah, I'll exercise all the way through, then have a few odd days off, and then, like you say, walk to the family, and that won't stop.
Do you think the majority of people do use it as an excuse, the Christmas period, or do you think people are quite switched on with it at the moment? Because in terms of being cold as well, to be fair, I have used that as an excuse once or twice, rather than like car's frozen, do it tomorrow. It's such an awful feeling when you look back at it. You're like, why'd you do that?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of things. I think it's being cold, getting a cold. I think it's toward the end of the year, everyone's tired, no one's got any money. I think it's a combination of like 5 or 6 elements that sort of culminate in someone feeling a bit more lazy than they did in the beginning of the year, when you can sort of set yourself targets. And I know we've spoken a lot about that, in previous pods about, chat shows about, times of the year when we're feeling more or less motivated. know a lot of people who are struggling way more this time of year than they maybe have in the last couple of years, for whatever reason. Weather doesn't help either, like you say. Like it's cold, wet, miserable, it's dark, so people can use it as an excuse, and then sort of say, oh, "I'll get back on it in January," which is absolutely fine. Like everyone needs a bit of time off, right? You need to have a bit of time to enjoy yourself and eat and drink, if you want to do that. And I just choose not to, because I don't really drink, as you know.
Yeah.
And I'll eat copious amounts of food, knowing that I can exercise in between.
Yeah. I've been dealing with my alcohol a lot better, because in terms of like not drinking as much, but like being able to control it more. Do you remember when we like kind of started? I was at that phase where I was like either completely cutting it out or getting obliterated drunk. It's just like have found a bit of middle ground, because I do like to have a drink, whether that's with like down at the pub with a friend, not like excessively. Being able to do that and like still be in a good headspace is something I've always struggled with, because I've always either got blackout drunk and like in an awful headspace for 3-4 days afterwards. Now I find that sort of middle ground. I kind of like know when to stop. Like I know my body more now, which is a nice feeling. And if I'm like, actually, I just don't want to drink today, I just don't drink. That's
the thing. Is that sweet spot, isn't it? It's that just not enough and too much. Is that little gap in the middle is way too small. It takes people a number of years to work that out. Sometimes some people never work that out. Some people just go into sort of obliteration, as you say, like all the way into oblivion, all the time. But I'm glad in that space where you can sort of have X amount of beers, whatever, and then you sort of hit a wall where you think, okay, I probably should reel it in a little bit now, have a bite to eat, glass of water, and it sort of sets you on your way, and you're back in the race.
Winning. I'm going to ask you if you have any tips for sort of making healthier choices eating wise during the Christmas period. I saw one, but I'll let you go first on this, because I know it's like in a way there's a lot of tips out there. There's a lot of like, just don't eat as much, but it's not easy. That's Christmas.
That's the thing is most of my clients either will or won't ask me in the build up to Christmas and say, how do I go about managing Christmas? And I would say just do exactly that and manage Christmas. I think let your hair down and enjoy yourself, but also setting yourself little limits all the way through. If you want to have a bit of chocolate, a bit of your roast dinner and your desserts, and you have a couple of glasses of wine and stuff, you have to allow yourself that. And without going OTT, I think it's just not being too strict on yourself, because people can be really hard on themselves a bit too much if they just sort of let themselves go, knowing that they can just sort of lose it again afterwards. But I think sort of setting yourself limits through the whole Christmas period, whether it be not drinking every day, drinking on the weekend, or having a couple of glasses of wine on the Christmas day itself, or when it comes to the food thing, of course you've got to enjoy yourself and eat what you want, but within reason. I think it's just sort of being a bit realistic with your balance.
Yeah. One piece of advice I see it loads from, he's a good mate of mine, Zach Southall, who I had on a podcast earlier.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Cool guy, very cool guy. He's like an online coach now, but he's very switched on with all this stuff. And he says to his clients, he's like, listen, it's Christmas or whatever time of year it is, Diwali, some of his clients are, and he's like, enjoy yourself. But when it comes to the food, take one plate. As soon as you finish that plate, just wait 20 minutes. And if you're still hungry, get that other plate. And the majority of the time, you're not hungry. You're not used to process the food properly. And he's like, take that plate, only one, eat it, 20 minutes on the clock. If you're still starving, you want more, go get more. If you're not and you realize you're actually full, stay like that. And he's like, that's just, when it comes to fun things like this, there's no point in making it really strict on yourself, in my opinion. Like, it's Christmas, it's family time, you're eating well. But I think that's a really good point. Like, that's something I'm, could easily do. Take one plate, talk for 20 minutes with my friends and family. And if I am still hungry, just go get some more afterwards. Like, the food's not going anywhere. I thought that was a really good point when I saw it from him as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to end it on this. And I want to know what's been your favourite memory of 2023, as we're also coming up to the new year. And for this Christmas special of the last 11 and a half months, what's been one of your favourite memories of 2023?
I'd say two, if I'm allowed to cheat. One at the start and one toward the back end of the year. I think my sister getting married in January was mega, and she went through a lot prior to getting married. That was pretty special. Her getting married in Barbados was pretty nuts. And then...
Oh, really?
It was crazy. It was such a good time. Like, just the most amazing time with the family. Until the back end of the year, I think sort of probably meeting my girlfriend and getting to know her the last couple of months has been pretty special as well. So starting into the year has been pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. What about yourself? Yeah, gun to my head.
Probably starting this podcast generally.
Starting
it from scratch. I think when you start something from an idea that just comes out of nowhere, well, not comes out of nowhere, but comes from a lot of, in a way, trauma. And the idea was you never share it with anyone, but now you're in the position where, you know, you have shared it with the world and you're helping loads of people. Like when you see your DMs and my DMs and stuff like that, and a lot of people relate to you. That was probably my biggest win of this year in terms of self-development for myself, but also helping other people. You know, if I could go back to that moment 6 months ago, I would literally tell myself, just start straight away. Stop second guessing it, because I was second guessing it for a while. And it's just, you know, it's been great. We met some wicked people as well, haven't we?
Certainly have.
Absolute legends that we've had.
And also, by extension of that, we've actually met each other properly. Like, we've obviously known each other for a while and like didn't get to know each other that well. And I think when you invited me on as a guest, I could never have envisaged doing this ever. And I think the online space is something that's I've spoken a lot about recently, more so than ever. I think it's alien to me. I've getting to know you in that sense and meeting the guests we've had on, mate. I think I know you'll say the same as you just did. You come on leaps and bounds on your personal journey as a result of what we're doing for other people. So it's a win-win, and it's just been amazing to start this and sort of grow and grow and grow. And I can't thank you enough for having me on as guest number one.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Keep going in 2024, eh?
Let's go.
Anyway, for the meantime, that's our time up. So whether you are watching this, or whether you are celebrating Christmas or not, we hope you have an amazing time. But for the meantime, it's a Merry Christmas from me.
Merry Christmas from me as well.
And this is the InsideAMind Christmas special. Woo!